Holy Gurus, Holy Masters, Saints, Archangels, Healing Angels, and Healing Ministers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all the Supreme Parabrahmans, to all the great ones. We are humbly grateful for giving us this opportunity to start up with our book, The Etheric Double, by the spiritual investor and investigator of all times, Arthur E. Powell. We are so grateful for your contributions towards helping us to understand humanity, about our own selves on different dimensions. We are so grateful. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. In full faith, we thank you. Sit straight, keep your hands down in receptive position. Connecting tongue to the palate. Continuously focusing yourself within your mind, within your heart. Inhale the blessings. Hold. Exhale. And visualize Mother Earth in front of us. Let us start with our book series with services and tithing. Services and tithing towards those who are still lost, the souls who are physically present, mentally present, emotionally present, but spiritually absent. Let us raise our hands in blessings position and visualize Mother Earth in front of us. Blessing all the souls for their spiritual presence so that they may learn their lessons and understand the purpose of their life. With a great invocation, let us bless them all. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend on earth. Smile at your heart and be very lovingly spread the love, the light to all our brothers. May the world teacher, Lord Christ, return to earth. And as today is the Easter, we are so much blessed to utilize these energies to bless Mother Earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the will of every person, every being. The purpose which the Holy Masters know and serve, let goodwill and the will to do good descend on earth. From the center, which we call the human race, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it permanently seal the doors where evil dwells. Let light, love, and power manifest the divine plan on earth. Let light, love, and power especially bless the lost souls. Be blessed deeply and on higher level at all dimensions and on all times. May they be blessed. May they be released. May they be freed from all the sorrows and sufferings. So be it, and so it is. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Inhale. So it is. Stabilize the energies and disconnect. Slowly open your eyes. Welcome to day 1 of our wonderful book, that is The Etheric Double, written by Arthur E. Powell. Now, this is one of the books which Master Chua has told us to read and go through, and it is one of his recommended books which we must understand and we must learn from it, because there are so many other details which Master Chua wants us to know about. Okay? And in our basic pranic healing book, all these books are mentioned, and this book is one of them. So we shall begin with taking the blessings of Arthur. And there are other books also, as we will see. So the other books are by Arthur E. Powell, is The Astral Body, which we are going to start next after completing this. The Causal Body, and Mental Body and the Solar System. So gradually we will read all these books. And this book...
Excuse me, there is recordings?
I'm sorry?
There are recordings for these sessions?
Yes, I'm trying to record myself. So let's see how it comes up with. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So this book is dedicated with gratitude and appreciation to all those who have provided the materials out of which it has been fashioned. Yes, Maggie. You want to say something? Yes, Mantiram. You want to say something? Please lower your hands. Lower your hands. Yes. Thank you. And switch on your cameras. Okay. So the table of content is general description and prana, vitality, force centers. And as you can see, how many of us are having book right now? And how many don't have? Okay. Okay. Good.
Where my Xerox it?
Very good.
What you are...
Very good. All right.
I have like a PDF.
If you don't have the book, the PDF is already shared with you in the group, WhatsApp group. So kindly remind me after that so that I can reshare those who have recently joined. Okay. So the etheric double was, please mute yourselves. Thank you. So the etheric double was first published in 1925. So this book is not new. This book is many, many years ago, was written in 1925 as one of a series by the same author dealing with the inner structure of man. It is now represented to the public unchanged except for the omission from the last chapter of a reference of local research active when the book was written. No attempt has been made to augment or otherwise bring up to the date this classic in the light of understanding accumulated during the intervening 40 odd years. As E. Powell said himself in his introduction, this is a compilation from 40 main works published between 1897 and 1921. So, this is a compilation from all the books, and in view of their wide range and the painstaking thoroughness with which they are extracted. So, this book is already been filtered and provided to us. Since we cannot read each and every book, though we can, but it is difficult for us to, find out that important information and then compile it. So, Arthur has helped us in finding out the main important things which needs to be structured and to be known to general public, and that this book has been written accordingly. Compiled accordingly. The collated information may fairly be taken to summarize the general views upon the subject up to 1925. In more recent years, a better appreciation has been built up of the way the unconscious mind functions, and sources of possible error have been discerned in the operation of mediumistic faculties, which necessitate causing concerning information obtained through their use. Much of the contents of the etheric double is derived from the exercise of clear sentience or extrasensory perception, as it is now called. So, why we are reading it? So that when we are reading it, we should know that how many efforts are being made for helping us to understand this information, so that we may not take this information as taken for granted. Just like Master Chua has spent many years to bring all these information to us, and sometimes we take it for granted, isn't it? That it's so easy to do. It's just simply to do how to do healings and all. But since here we are talking about that, it is clearly mentioned that how many efforts are being put to help us understand how we get to understand about this book. Okay, although the contents may be accurate, there is as yet no accepted method of confirming it. So, all the content in this book are, the author claims that they are accurate, but somehow still we don't have any confirmations regarding it. So here, as Master says, use your discernment. This is not to cast doubt on the honesty of those who recorded the observations. They were persons of unimpeachable integrity who continually emphasized their pioneering status and fallibility. There is no doubt that the psychic phenomena they described were experienced by them, and indeed others have since confirmed some of their accounts. The sources of possible errors referred to lie one stage deeper than that, in the psychic mechanisms for experiencing what they did. This is still unresolved and fascinating province of parapsychology. Now, it clearly says that we are not at all, the author is saying that we are not doubting any kind of the records through the observations of all the other theosophical investigators. But somehow they says that whatever experiences have been experienced by them, some part of it should be experienced by us too. And after confirming their accounts, there are possibilities that you can also believe in that. Further assistance can be expected towards corroborating or refuting the observations and the theory of the etheric double from the data emerging in the natural sciences. But at present, there are few points of contact. Excuse me. Spacecraft have taken recording instruments to Mars and Venus, and electron microscopes in common laboratory service provide enormous magnifications of what is normally invisible, but there is hardly any information relating to etheric states of matter that has been acquired in a similar direct and orthodox ways. सो जितनी इन्वेंशंस हुई जिसमें से एक इन्वेंशन स्पेस क्राफ्ट्स की भी है जिसकी रिकॉर्डिंग्स आज तक पड़ी हुई हैं कि हाउ डिड इट स्टार्टेड, हाउ वी रीच टू दिस लेवल एंड हाउ देर आर अदर इंफॉर्मेशंस बीइंग फाउंड आउट एट दैट टाइम. But this is also clearly written that there is hardly any information relating to etheric states. So whatever inventions so far have been there on a physical level in the physical world, there are no inventions or the experiences which are written on the etheric part. How the aura works, how the energy works, and all these things. So this science doesn't have any of the data to claim that these things exist. Work with recording devices has so far failed to detect etheric matter and in its normal working state, and thereby confirm it as physical or near physical substance. Probably the closest approach has been in studies of ectoplasm, which seems to be the temporary and abnormal condition of a plastic and extrudable component of the human body that becomes amenable to test only when it has been made external and densified into tangible form of the specific unconscious exercised psychic abilities of certain rare people. So we will read these lines again to understand that probably the closest approach has been in studies of ectoplasm. Now, what is ectoplasm? Ectoplasm is a temporary abnormal condition of a plastic and extrudable component of the human body. So, it is somehow similar that becomes amenable to test only when it has been made externally densified. So उसको अलग से conditions densify करने के लिए की जाती हैं so that we can at least start working on it. So this component is already in human body also. So under certain conditions, certain pressurized conditions, they can form it as ectoplasm and then it starts working. It is nearly physical substance though. So but it needs certain pressures compress कर तब वो form लेता है. But there are certain other formulas, the scientific areas where these all things get to materialize. When the densification ceases and the material in which is withdrawn again into the donor's body, it could well be returned to its function as a part of a less easily identified etheric constitution. However, much more work is needed before this can be concluded with any confidence. But still, the work is going on, and still they say that we need more confidence to understand so that we can publicly release to everyone. Got it? Since rigorously established, evidence can still neither confirm nor deny. It is reasonable to hold the theory and information presented here as a hypothesis for further investigation. This is the procedure in all scientific work, and in fact, little progress can be made without some tentative working concept as contest and guide. But it is essential to remember that an adopted hypothesis may have to be modified or even rejected as the work proceeds. And this is most likely during the early stages of an exploration. It happens it happens frequently in the natural sciences. So esoteric sciences is also a part of natural sciences. And natural sciences of the physical world, for which our ordinary language and mathematical symbology are expressly designed. How much more likely must this be a domain more psychic than physical. Modern investigators continue to quest for a deeper understanding of man's nature and constitution, and they have noted that more recent developments in psychology and parapsychology that underlie the caution sounded here. However, their gratitude due to Powell for his orderly presentation of statements and ideas current in 1925. So this is just a foreword, okay? Time and effort need not now be spent on the reference material that he has ably examined for them. Here is ample justification for reprinting his work just as he wrote it. And this has been given to us by the Science Group, Theosophical Research Centre, London, India, England, H. Tudor Edmonds, the chairman. Now let's proceed further to the introduction. यहाँ तक किसी को अगर कुछ अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं हुई है फॉरवर्ड की, प्लीज डू लेट मी नो सो दैट वी कैन टॉक अबाउट इट. Any questions? Hello? So far so good?
No questions. If you want any comments, I can say that it's very interesting. I didn't even know that Master Shah has this book as reference, and it was even mentioned on the first book.
Yes.
So thanks.
Our mission we are probably working on that, to read all the recommended books which Master Chua has provided us. First to read, understand, okay? That is introduction. Next is in this book. This book has been compiled with the object of presenting. Just a moment. Just a moment. I need to check it out. Okay, good to go? Yeah. Yes. All right. This book has been compiled with the object of presenting to the student of occultism a coherent synthesis of all or nearly all the information regarding the etheric double and other closely allied phenomena, which has been given to the world through the medium of modern theosophical and psychical research literature. This information is scattered over a large number of books and articles, some 40 of which the compiler has consulted. A list of these being given on page 9. The writer wishes it to understood that his work is a compilation, nothing more. So this book is just a compilation. He clearly says, he never claims that I have written this book. Okay. So we should be glad that we didn't, got to read all the 40 books, and we are so lucky that we are just reading the compilation and the major points which we can easily grasp through this book. Yeah? Isn't it interesting that we are so lucky? Everything has been provided to us in a much easier way. So there are many other advantages in this method of study. In these busy days, few have the leisure, even if they possess the inclination, to search through some scores of books for scattered items of knowledge and then to weld them into a coherent whole. It is better, therefore, for one to do this work that others may benefit and save their own time and labor. The work of the compiler brings to light many new relationships between fragments culled from diverse sources, and under his hand the mosaic gradually forms itself into a pattern. His work, necessarily intensive, recalls to notice many isolated and often forgotten facts which may be the little value or interest considered individually, but which collectively constitute a substantial and useful array. Finally, the picture which the compiler presents not only displays in orderly fashion what is known today, but by its very orderliness reveals where our knowledge is incomplete. Recognizing such gaps in our knowledge, other investigators may perhaps turn their attention in those directions and so make the picture more nearly complete. Everything, whatever we know so far, this book will help us to fill gaps, okay, where we are lacking, where we don't have much information about. The compiler has throughout used his best endeavors to present the material he has gathered with scrupulous exactitude. In very many cases, he has employed the actual words, adapted or abridged where necessary to the context of the authors he has consulted, but not to make the text burdensome and unsightly with large numbers of inverted commas. These have been consistently omitted. So don't lose heart. This book is not tough at all. We are going to make it easy. Don't consider this book as a boring book. But since the author says that wherever required, he has utilized some of the actual words which the other authors have utilized in their books. Okay, and they have been clearly derived with the commas. In order, however, that students may, if they wish, refer to the original sources of the information. So every information of this compilation of the book is being provided on page number 9. The compiler would be grateful to any students who would call his attention to any inaccuracies in his work. So it's not important, it's not necessary that you must follow each and every word to it. If you have your own other, you feel like that there is some inaccurate information, you can anytime claim the book. Okay? To any omissions of the matter, if you feel that there is any omission, you can directly talk to the publisher. And the diagrams and charts contained in the text are original, so they are intended to be purely diagrammatic and in no sense pictures of the actual phenomena they attempt to illustrate. Okay, they are only to be used as for the purpose of diagrammatic intention. Now we are starting with chapter number 1. Okay, that is about general description. Okay, stay with me. Every student of occultism is familiar with the fact that man possesses several bodies or vehicles through which he is enabled to express himself on the various planes of nature, physical, astral, mental and so forth. So अभी तक हमें ये तो पता है, we have this understanding, सारे occults के students को पता है that this is not the physical body which we are seeing right now. There are other layers to it, right? In our basic pranic healing book also we have read that we have a physical body, then we have an etheric double, or we say it an energy body, then we have astral body, then mental body, then causal body, then there are so many layers of bodies. We all know about it? Yes? Physical, astral, mental and so forth. So it continuously going on. The occultist finds that physical matter exists in 7 grades or orders of density, which is, so we all believe, नीचे से शुरू करते हैं, okay? So read this chart which is given to us. We will start from downwards. That number 1 is solid. We are made of solid. You agree with me? Solid. Then liquids. Then gaseous, etheric, that is energy body. Then super etheric. Then subatomic and then atomic structure. Atomic. And when when researchers says in our science books also, when we were young, almost in 7th class or 6th class, they have described, they tell us that a human being is a structure, that the origin of the human being was a atomic reaction or a atomic formulation, equation of atomic structure, which results in a human body. So we understand that we are made up of atoms, but when we talk about all the lower areas, then there comes the questions. But how many parts of the physical body is being structured, is divided into solid, liquid, gaseous, etheric, super etheric, subatomic and atomic. Got it? आगे बढ़े? Yeah? Okay. Particles of all these grades enter into the composition of the physical vehicle. So ये जितने particles हैं, they when get together, atoms get together, they become subatomic. When subatomic particles get together, they become super etheric. When super etheric particles comes together, they become etheric. And when etheric particles they come together, they mix together, they become gaseous. They become the gases of our body. Then these gases, when being compressed together, they become liquid. And when liquid, they compress together, and in layers they turn up into the masses, that is the solid form of our body. Are you with me or not on this? Yes? The the latter, however, has two well-marked divisions, which is the dense body composed of solid, liquid and gases, and the etheric body or double, as it is frequently called, consisting of the four finer grades of the physical matter. So if we see this chart, we can divide this chart. The author says we can divide this chart into two categories. Number one is, which is the physical category, that is the physical that is the solid, liquid and gases. That is the physical matter. The more refined one, or the non-physical things of our physical body, is etheric, super etheric, subatomic and atomic. Okay, so you can divide this. So take a note, you can divide it into two parts. Number one physical, and the other one is, the number one is dense body, the other one is the etheric body. The dense body and the etheric body. Yes, Alex.
No, I'm just like paying attention. I didn't
Okay.
raise my hand.
Okay, please mute yourself. Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. The etheric body is also known as the double etheric or the etheric double, as it is frequently called as the four finer grades of the physical matter. Now it will be our purpose in these chapters to study this etheric double. That means our purpose is to understand. Now our purpose is to understand this etheric double. That means we are not going to read about the solid, liquid and gases part of the physical matter of the body, but the purpose of this book is to understand the finer particles of the body. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Yeah? Okay. So it will be our purpose in these chapters to study this etheric double, its nature, appearances, functions, relationships to the other vehicles, its connection with prana or vitality, its birth, growth, decay, its connection with certain methods of healings, with mesmerism, with mediumship and materializations, the power it can be made to exercise. That means हम इस किताब के अंदर we are going to understand the appearance. ये etheric double दिखता कैसे है, इसका appearance कैसा है, इसका functionality कैसा है, रिलेशनशिप बाकी व्हीकल्स के साथ, यानी कि एथरिक डबल का रिलेशनशिप एस्ट्रल बॉडी के साथ, एस्ट्रल बॉडी का रिलेशनशिप मेंटल बॉडी के साथ में, राइट, फिजिकल बॉडी का रिलेशनशिप इन सब के साथ में. सो रिलेशनशिप ऑफ वन फिजिकल बॉडी विद अदर एनर्जी बॉडीज, एक्साइटिंग, and with other vehicles, with prana, how the prana works, how the vitality works, how it gets birth, how it takes the birth, how does it grow and how it decays. So all the mediumships we are going to read about it, materialization, the power it can make to exercise, and a host of miscellaneous etheric phenomena with which it is connected. Now, there are other. Listen and listen very carefully. Now, there are other etheric phenomena which are interconnected, which are making us interconnected. You know, there are some wires, the other connections from the astral body. How does it connected to the etheric double? So, if I'm talking about okay, let's take an example. If this is a body, physical body, okay, so if I keep my hand over this, since it is solid, okay, so my hand is equally solid, so it doesn't surpass. But if I talk about it, if my body, physical body, if I'm talking about etheric body, so there will be some area where physical body and etheric body is mixed. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? And when there is a time where astral body, can you see, astral body and mental body is interconnected. ऐसा तो नहीं है कोई स्पेस है बीच में, कुछ तो कनेक्शन है ना, जहाँ पर ये एस्ट्रल बॉडी है, ये मेंटल बॉडी है, कोई एक जगह पर आकर मिलते हैं. वो कनेक्शन क्या है, कभी आज तक सोचा? Now this is going to help us in our healings also. So those who want to improve their healing skills, they can join. Tell your friends to come. Tell your friends to read with us. Okay? So briefly, we shall find the etheric double, while necessary to the life of the physical body, is not, properly speaking, a separate vehicle of consciousness. That it receives and distributes the vital forces which emanates from the sun and is thus intimately connected with the physical health. That it possesses certain chakrams, force centers of its own, each with its distinct function. That upon the action of etheric matter mainly depends the memory of the dream life. Now we say that our body works with, we need sun. हम कहते हैं हमें सूर्य की बहुत ज़रूरत है, सूर्य देवता की. Why? Because हमारी बॉडी चलती है उसके साथ में, right? So we need solar energy. But how does that solar energy helps us to work? How does it work? How the body works? So it is just about the matter of the separate vehicle of consciousness which intimately connected the physical health. So how sun is connected with our physical health? Because of there are some distinct functions. We call it as chakrams, that is the chakras, the force centers which absorb the energies, and their roots are connected to our organs, and they pass the supply of solar energy to our organs, and that ways the organs function. Right? Have you all seen the solar panels which are utilized to produce electricity? We all have seen there are small grids onto it. But when we talk about that how can sun produce electricity? How can water produce electricity? These are the natural sources. And electricity is not natural. Electricity is man-made. So a human being is very much intelligent. They know how to use natural resources. But somehow the prana, which is already inside us, don't you think that it will be more intelligent than a human mind? That it may absorb the energies and supply it to the organs of our system so that our organs can function properly. Right? That it plays an important part in determining the kind of physical vehicle with an incarnating ego will receive. What is incarnating ego? So we all know that when we read theosophical books, when we are talking about ego, that is the incarnated soul we are talking about. हमने अभी achieving oneness with the higher soul complete करके हटे, right? Most of us were there in our achieving oneness with the higher soul book study session, and we got to know that how incarnated soul gets into our body, gets into the physical body, how it chooses and whatsoever not. Everything is there. So you are highly recommended and encouraged to read Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul by Master Choa Kok Sui. It is a beautiful book and it is a beautiful course. There is no eligibility to do this course. So if you find this course interesting, if you want to know about souls, how the soul, incarnated soul, from where the soul has come, what is the anatomy of the spiritual, journey of a soul, how does, from where it has come, how it has attained a physical body, from where it has come, where it will go, and all the journey of a soul, you are recommended to go for this workshop. So the incarnating ego will receive. It plays an important part in determining the kind of physical vehicle with an incarnating ego will receive. That, like the physical body, it dies and decays in due course, realizing the soul for the next stage in its cyclic journey. दोबारा से पढ़ेंगे. It plays an important part in determining the kind of physical vehicle which an incarnate ego will receive. So this is very much important. Then when ego decides, the soul decides to come on earth, so what kind of physical body it will choose, it will receive. Okay, it will choose or it will receive. That, like the physical body, it dies, decays in due course, releasing the soul for the next stage in its cyclic journey. That is especially associated with what is known as vital or magnetic healing. So when a soul comes, enters into the physical body, and then through certain period of time, after certain period of time, it releases the body because the physical body gets dead. Okay, when the soul goes out and goes back to its place, it is specially associated with vital or magnetic healing that has been happened during the physical vehicle time. समझ में आया? Please नहीं समझ में आया, raise your hand and ask. We are not here to read the lines and then proceed further. We are here to absorb and understand. Yes, Ranjana.
Ma'am, please explain.
What to explain?
Ma'am, ये what the author wanted to say that in the journey of our soul, after one incarnation to other, at that time this incarnating ego incarnating ego will receive that, like the physical body, he receive actually what
Magnetic healing.
What it received, and next stage in cyclic journey, ये जो especially associated with what is known as vital or magnetic healing, ये तो हम समझे नहीं.
अभी हम उसके बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं, उसके बारे में एक्सप्लेन होगा नीचे.
Okay, ma'am.
And also with mesmerism, whether for the purpose of healing, anesthesia, or trance, that it is the principal factor concerned in seance room phenomena, such as the movement of objects, production of raps, and other sounds and materialization of all kinds, that the development of etheric faculties confers new powers, reveals many etheric phenomena which are beyond the experiences of most men. So if we did not get any chance to read Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul, would we be ever able to get to know what is astral journey? What is when we sleep, when our body sleeps, what happens to our body and soul? So this magnetic healing here means this is all magical. This all things when the body is coming, going out, learning their lessons throughout the night, coming in the morning, and all that things.
Yes.
So this is when we are when we are thinking of something and we sleep at night, and then in the morning we say, "Oh, I got an idea." Is it the idea you have got, or is it the idea your higher soul has told you to take it up?
Yes.
And during your sleep you get that idea. If we talk about Einstein, if we talk about other investigators or other researchers, at that time they always used to have their solutions, their equations solved during the time of their sleep, because it is beyond the physical mental capacities of a person to be more intelligent and understandable in all such things. So, this is called magnetic healing during the time when the soul leaves and when the soul comes back. And it also works on a greater degree and greater level when one body dies, the soul leaves the body and then finds out another body to come. आया समझ में आप अच्छे से? Yeah? Okay. So the use of the matter of the etheric objects may be magnetized, much as living beings may be mesmerized, and finally that the etheric body provides the material out of which the substance known as ectoplasm is formed. So ये ectoplasm समझ में आया, जो यहाँ पर ectoplasm के बारे में हमें forward में लिखा गया था. So this is actually the etheric body provides the material out with the substance. That is कुछ एक particle. So it is very deeply to understand. Listen and listen very carefully. When a soul leaves the body, there are certain kinds of elementals or the particles which are being charged by our physical present mind, and they affect the aura. This has been provided to us by the basis of theosophy by C.W. Leadbeater. हमने पढ़ा है ना ये, है ना? So there they are being charged by our present condition. If I am happy, those very subtle particles, ectoplasm जिनको बोल सकते हैं हम, they are being charged with happiness. If I am sad and angry, they will be charged with the same emotion. So when the soul leaves, some particle of it, particle भी नहीं बोलेंगे, वो particle से भी minute है. Ectoplasm जो ये form होता है, जो ये energy build होती है, that carries with the soul. Okay? Yes, Rania. Am I pronouncing your name, Rania?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So I just want to ask about regarding what you just said. So our feelings or emotions, it can direct us where we go during sleep,
Yes, of
where our
course.
souls go. So if I sleep in happiness, so I go and see good things, and if I go like in sadness, it takes me to some other places which is not good, or I make an experience bad or something like that, or I misunderstand.
No. It's like that. I miss out. Where are you from?
Egypt.
Okay, so you are from Egypt. So which is the most happening market there in your local area?
Sorry again.
Which is the
What?
most happening shopping place or the market in your local area?
Uh,
Name anyone.
Massimo.
Massimo. Okay. During the day, you were very happy and you were shopping, enjoying, pampering yourself. You had a good massage. You had a good food. You had a good shopping experience. And when you come back, certain thing happen and you experience something that triggers many years of your old history to you. Okay. So now when you go to bed, sleep at night, those both the emotions will mix up in your aura. Okay. And when you sleep, it affects that which was the most stronger particles in your aura when you went to sleep. You might get to have a good, better experiences. Maybe you're still shopping in your dreams, but you didn't had a good night's sleep. You were just, you just argued with some of the, like a watchman. So there are, it's not like always a sure shot guarantee that immediately before you sleep, you would have the same kind of experience in your astral journey. Are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, well, while my experience is a little bit different than this, but it's okay. Maybe it's it's different from a person to another, because what's happening during the day, it doesn't affect what I'm going through the when I sleep. So it always takes me to some places different, and it's because of that I'm asking this question.
So you answered your question yourself. You say it depends on individual to individual.
Oh, okay. and when we going through the workshop of oneness, does it help the magnetic healing to us? Does it affect us somehow, or no?
It's just the understanding of how the things happen, but you yourself have to experience it, and you yourself has to understand that how the things happen, and it comes with time. Don't go for anything very much readily available on the platter. Sometimes we need to experience it, and even if we didn't like read it today about the magnetic healing, we would never be able to. So for that reasons, we need to read and read.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 9/7, and this chapter is going to take some more time. So we are stopping here on page number 2. Please remember, it is the last paragraph we have to start with. Yeah? Okay, so please mark it, and we'll come tomorrow to understand. Any question? Yes, Neetaji. Neetuji.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not there on the WhatsApp group. Can you just add me and share the PDF so that it will be more easy for me to understand?
Please ping me on my personal window so that I can add you up. You guys might have received the email. There I have specifically mentioned to the foundation to provide the WhatsApp group link. Did you guys get it?
No, ma'am, no WhatsApp group link.
Can anyone share me the screenshot of the email so that we can get through it? Okay, let's close then we'll talk about it. Hands on heart, connect tongue to the palate. Let's try and absorb all what we have read in this book today, that this is a compilation and not the written words of the author. And this book has been written as compilation in 1925, and from 1890 to 1925, whatever the 40 books the author has read through, this is the filtered information, and we are so glad, so lucky that we are getting to know about each and everything. Thank you for the great efforts. We are also grateful to the mankind for coming together and taking the teachings to understand their purpose of life. We are also grateful to the Supreme Parabrahman, to all the great ones, to all the higher beings, for helping us to understand who we are, what is our existence. It is not only we are on physical levels made up of solid, liquid and gases, but we are also etherically being multiplying with each and every particle. We are also made up of etheric, super etheric, subatomic, and atomically on different levels. And these atomic structures are vibrating on different dimensions. We just have to understand. We are so grateful that we have come together and we seek the blessings to come together every day with same constancy of aim and effort and one-pointedness to read this book through till the last page together with maximum numbers of souls, adding and multiplying each day so that we may be able to get more and more group energy and be able to understand the purpose and the existence of our well-being. To all the spiritual investigators, known or unknown, humbly we are grateful for your great efforts to write and express your perspectives for all the future generations to come to understand. We are so grateful to you. To all the spiritual teachers, spiritual elders, all the Devas, Mahadevas, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, we thank you in full faith. We thank you. Atma, Namaste to all the souls. We salute the divinity within you. We salute the Atma in you. We salute the etheric energy in all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you in full faith. Let us share the blessings as the energies are super high right now to bless all the souls and their contributions towards helping us to reach to this level to understand even beyond our mental capacities. Om Mani Padme Hum. May all be blessed. When you are ready, you may open your eyes with a big, beautiful smile after blessing each and every person within this workshop, within this area. All the souls are being blessed, your family members are blessed, your friends are blessed, your work is blessed, and you as a soul is blessed. Namaste. Thank you for joining.